Hey guys, how's it going? I am coming to you with just another fun extra video while we are in between seasons here. But I do have good news. Season 3 of the Harry Potter Book Club, where we'll be reading Prisoner of Azkaban, is going to start on Tuesday. I'm so excited to jump back into those kinds of videos. I've missed doing them, but I needed the break, so I appreciate you guys understanding. But we will be back with the book club on Tuesday, so make sure you guys read Chapter 1 of Prisoner of Azkaban by then. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new here, please subscribe, share this video with all your friends. Today, we are going to do the Harry Potter tag. Now, this is a video that kind of, like, if you're a Harry Potter YouTuber, you do it eventually, if you haven't done it already. And if you haven't done it, it's like, come on, catch up. Anyway, the Harry Potter tag, if you don't know, is a list of questions. It's a bunch of questions, just asking about your opinions, your favorites, your stuff, all that kind of good stuff about the Harry Potter series. So we are going to jump right into that today. All the questions are in the description if you want to join along, or if you want to do your own tag video. Make sure if you do, share it with me. I want to see your answers. All right, guys, let's get into it. Number 1, favorite book. Oh, it starts off with the hardest question. I'd say probably the most consistent answer is Goblet of Fire, but really for me, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I really love Order of the Phoenix really intensely. Sometimes I really love Half-Blood Prince really intensely. Most consistently, it has been Goblet of Fire throughout my life. But really, I love like different sections of the books that are my favorites at any given moment. So like the Prince's Tale in Deathly Hallows is like one of the best portions of the series for me. I would read that chapter just over and over again if I could. Number 2, least favorite book. What? Is that even a thing? I don't know if I've ever been asked that question before. People ask like least favorite movie, least favorite book. I don't know. The one I reread the least is probably Chamber of Secrets, but that has definitely changed since I just did season 2 of the book club. Like, Chamber of Secrets is an incredible book. I don't know. None of them. None least favorite. Number 3, favorite movie. Order of the Phoenix. No doubt. I had to think about it for a second, but then I remembered. Order of the Phoenix. It is an incredible adaptation of the book, even though they had to cut a lot out, and it introduces 2 of the best performances in the entire series, with Imelda Staunton as Umbridge and Helena Bonham Carter as Bellatrix. Like, 2 absolutely incredible performances. The battle in the Ministry at the end between Dumbledore and Voldemort, like, it is an incredible movie. It's so good. And Sirius's death. Yeah, Order of the Phoenix. Number 4, least favorite movie. I mean, the one I rewatched the least is probably Chamber of Secrets, but that might change. You know, any day I want to watch any of them, really. If I had to pick one that I didn't want to watch in this moment, it's probably Goblet of Fire. I mean, just like, you know, I wish they had chopped up Goblet of Fire, or they had extended it. You know, like, if they had chopped it into 2 movies, I know they couldn't because it was too early in the series, and like, you kind of need to keep all of the Triwizard tasks in the same movie, and that would have been tough, obviously. Yeah, if they could make like a 6-hour Goblet of Fire, that'd be pretty great. Number 5, favorite quote. Don't let the muggles get you down. Number 6, favorite Weasley. Oh, come on, guys. You all know this one. It's Ginny, obviously. Number 7, favorite female character. See my previous answer. It's Ginny, obviously. Number 8, favorite villain. I don't know if I've ever thought of my favorite villain before. Favorite villain. Like, to do, for what purposes? Like, to be best friends with, or to hang out with, or, like, to murder people? I think the best journey that a villain goes on is probably Lucius and Draco. Like, the 2 of them combined. Their, like, descent into just being completely wrecked is, it's terribly fun to read. Best performance in the movies is Bellatrix. Definitely. I don't know. Favorite male character? I mean, it's Ron. I can't help it. It's Ron. If we're talking about movies. Oh! Nope. I forgot. I completely forgot. My favorite male character of all time, my second favorite character behind Ginny, is Ludo Bagman. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go back and read Goblet of Fire right now, because Ludo Bagman is involved with all the magical sports and all that kind of stuff in the Ministry. I forget what his title is, but he works in the magical sports and games, something like that, office. He is so much fun. He is absolutely ridiculous. He's involved with the twins the whole time because he bets a lot, he gambles a lot. He's so much fun. I'm so angry that they cut him from the movie. Ludo Bagman, favorite male character, by far. Number 10, favorite professor. Again, like, to be taught by or just to read, because if it's favorite professor to be taught by, it's McGonagall. If it's favorite professor to read, it's Lockhart, no doubt. Number 11A, would you rather wash Snape's hair or listen to Lockhart talk about himself for a day? Wash Snape's hair. Yep, no doubt. You have soap on your hands, and you can rinse your hands off forever, and you can be done with it in like 2 minutes, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But you gotta spend an entire day listening to Lockhart rant about himself? You're never gonna get that out of your brain. Wash Snape's hair, no doubt. Number 12, A, duel an elated Bellatrix, or B, duel an angry Molly Weasley. I think this one's obvious because we have this literal situation and Molly wins. So I am not going to take on angry Molly. I am going to take on an elated Bellatrix any day. Any day compared to Molly. Number 13, travel to Hogwarts A via the Hogwarts Express or B by flying car. Why is this even a question? It's the Hogwarts Express. Come on, there's the trolley witch that you can buy candy from. You can hang out with your friends. You're not breaking the law. You're less likely to die. Number 14, A, kiss Voldemort, or B, give Umbridge a bubble bath. Oh, God. Kiss Voldemort. Ooh, yeah. At least there's more room for your nose. I don't want to see a naked Umbridge. Number 15, A, ride a hippogriff, or B, a firebolt. All of these would you rathers are easy. It's a firebolt. Hippogriffs don't really like being ridden. A hippogriff might not even let you ride on it. A firebolt won't attack you if you disrespect it. A firebolt is literally built to be ridden on, and it's the best broom for riding on. Ride a firebolt. Come on. Number 16, is there a character you felt differently about in the movies versus the books? Yeah, it's my biggest disappointment, and I think almost everyone's biggest disappointment, is that Ginny in the movies is barely there. And Ginny in the books is the most incredible, powerful witch of her age. It's the biggest disappointment, by far. Is there a movie you preferred instead of the book? No. Number 18, Richard Harris or Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. Okay, so my answer here is Ian McKellen. Mostly kidding, of course, but he is who I wished they would get when Richard Harris died. But Ian McKellen turned down the role. He was actually offered the role. Peter Jackson, even though he was filming Lord of the Rings at the time, was going to let Ian McKellen travel back and forth. But Ian McKellen turned the role down because, as it turns out, Richard Harris was openly, publicly homophobic and very anti-LGBTQ. So Ian McKellen, being a gay man, turned down the role because he said he couldn't take on a role that was originated by someone who had so openly spoken about hating his lifestyle. So I cannot really say Richard Harris, even though he captures the age and the wisdom of Dumbledore really well in the first two movies. But for that reason, and for the fact that he just obviously wasn't going to be strong and fit enough to do what he needed to do in later movies. So Michael Gambon, he puts in a good performance. There's the one moment in Goblet of Fire that we all love to nitpick, but I blame the director for that moment. I don't blame him. But I do also have a grudge with Michael Gambon because he said repeatedly that he was not going to read the books and he was not interested in reading the books because he felt like it wasn't worth it to him. And he said that to him, Dumbledore was just an angry Irishman. As an actor myself, it just makes me angry that an actor wouldn't want to use all of the material possible to prepare for their role, and that he would diminish his character to just such a simple explanation. So, Michael Gambon, but begrudgingly between the two. Number 19, my top thing, person, or event which wasn't included in the movies which annoyed me, Ludo Bagman. I need Ludo Bagman. Okay, also Peeves. I am so sad that they actually filmed for Peeves and then cut it from the movie. Rick Mayall would have been incredible in that role. I hope that footage exists somewhere. If anyone has seen it, send it to me. I haven't seen it. I want to, really badly. But my actual answer, Ludo Bagman. Number 20, if you could remake any of the Harry Potter movies, what would it be? Goblet of Fire. I would remake Goblet of Fire. It's one of my favorite books. Top 3, usually. And they had to cut so much because the book is so long. and they couldn't split a book into 2 movies that early in the series, but I would make a 7-hour version and everyone would watch it and we would all love it. And Ludo Bagman would be in it. Really, this is just the Ludo Bagman tag. Number 21, which house was your first gut feeling that you would be a part of? I was always pretty sure that I was going to end up in Gryffindor, and that's what I am, as you guys know. I think growing up being a Boy Scout and being an Eagle Scout, like kind of those values are just instilled in me and were a part of my family going way back. So like, I think if my family was a wizarding family, we'd probably be like legacy Gryffindors, kind of like the Weasleys. Number 22, which house were you actually sorted into on Pottermore? Gryffindor. You guys know that. Number 23, which class would be your favorite? My answer to this is always Transfiguration. And people always ask me why. Because people think Transfiguration is just taking something and turning it into something else. Like they do in class, just taking a cup and turning it into whatever, blah, blah. Or I think they take animals and they turn it into cups or whatever. Also, why is McGonagall obsessed with turning animals into other things? Like, that's not great. But what people don't realize is Transfiguration is almost anything that has to do with making an object appear. So Transfiguration is transformation, but it's also conjuring. So conjuring something out of thin air. It's also making something vanish. It's also changing the shape of one part of something. Like, there are so many practical uses to Transfiguration because, like, oh, I need to make this bowl appear out of thin air. Boom, I got a bowl. It's temporary. Like, that's part of the thing with Transfiguration. Anything you just invent out of thin air is going to be temporary. But, like, Transfiguration is so much. Charms is pretty much just affecting something that already exists, making it do something that it normally wouldn't do. Transfiguration is making something appear out of nothing. Number 24, which spell do you think would be the most useful to learn? You know, for my life, I'm not going to need any of the defensive spells, so I don't think that would be it. Maybe some kind of, like the cleaning spells. Definitely, like Tergio. Is that the one? Tergio? I think that's it. I'm going to look it up real quick. Okay, well, there's Scourgify. I don't remember what Tergio is. But yeah, maybe that. I don't know. Maybe a spell to edit my videos for me. Money. To make money appear out of thin air. If I can make money appear out of thin air and it's perfectly legal, that would be incredible. Number 25, which character do you think at Hogwarts you'd instantly become best friends with? I've got some tough answers here. My inclination is to say Ron, but he and I are exactly the same, so we might kind of get on each other's nerves. Part of me wants to say Oliver Wood, just because, I mean, I played baseball for a lot of my life, so I'm got that kind of connection with him. Dean Thomas. It would be Dean Thomas. That's who it would be. Super chill guy, kind of keeps to himself, has one really good friend, is a football fan, like Dean Thomas. No doubt. Number 26, if you could own one of the 3 Hollows, what would it be? I know this isn't the answer I'm supposed to say. This is kind of the worst answer. But I would pick the Elder Wand. And let me tell you why. Because I am not a violent person. I would not go bragging about it. I would get the Elder Wand like Dumbledore did, where I defeat some other great dark wizard, and I would take the wand for myself because it would align itself with me, and then I would keep it a freaking secret. I would not tell anyone. And I would just use it for normal things to be more powerful at those normal things. And that's what it would be. Number 27, is there any aspect of the books you'd want to change? No. I'm not going to pretend that I am a better writer than J.K. Rowling. Oh, well. Hold on. Okay. One thing I would like to change is that there is a lot of fat shaming that goes on. It's not like on every page, obviously, but it happens too often, especially in the early books. Like, it's tough. Yeah, that's the one thing. She uses it for a joke too often, especially with Crabbe and Goyle. Alright, we'll change that. Number 28, favorite Marauder. It's Lupin. I know Sirius is the popular answer. Sirius is great, he's fun, he's reckless, he's the bad boy, he's the sexy one, I get it. But it'd be Lupin. Lupin is... he's strong, he's brave, he sticks to his commitments, he stays relatively a good person, even though he deals with this incredible affliction. He works hard, he's an incredible teacher, he's so smart, he's loving, he makes one really bad decision in Deathly Hallows, but, I mean, yeah, Lupin, by far. James is kind of an idiot. And, like, we don't really get to know much about James other than people's opinions of him. Who would pick Peter? Like, if you pick Peter, just comment below and try to explain yourself. Number 29. If you could bring one character back to life, which would it be? This is another tough one. Again, I know... I'm going to go through the popular answers real quick. I know Sirius is a popular answer, but I would not bring back Sirius. Harry is really his only family that's left that cares about him. And I don't know how much purpose there would be in bringing Sirius back. Dobby is kind of similar. He only really has Harry. Don't know what purpose there would really be in bringing him back. Fred is another popular one, and it's tough for me to say not Fred because he has so much life ahead of him, but it's not that I wouldn't bring Fred back if I could. It's just that I think it would be more important for me to bring back one of Teddy Lupin's parents. And so I'm trying to decide if it would be Remus or Tonks. And I think I'm leaning toward Tonks because... Okay, so I don't know for sure if Teddy's a werewolf. I don't know if being born from a werewolf parent automatically makes you lycanthropic. But if it does, it would be tough for both Remus and Teddy to be going through their illness at the same time every single month. Because it's not like something that they could align so that one of them is and one of them isn't. They would both be doing it during the full moon. So I'm going to say Tonks because she knows how to help Remus through with his werewolfism, and she could help Teddy. And I just think about poor Teddy growing up like Harry did without either of his parents. And I know he's with Ted and Andromeda with Tonks' parents, but I just think about that poor kid growing up without either of his parents. I know Remus says like he'll know what his parents sacrificed for, but yeah, I bring back Tonks. All right, and finally, number 30, Hallows or Horcruxes.
What?
Like, to possess myself? Hallows, obviously. Why would I want Horcruxes? I'm not going to kill anyone to get my own, and I am not going to go find someone else's just to have. But if the question is about what Harry should have been focusing on, it's the Horcruxes, obviously. Because no matter what you do, even if you have the Elder Wand, you can't kill Voldemort without killing the Horcruxes. So go after the Horcruxes, you dummy. Alright guys, and that is the entire Harry Potter tag, all 30 questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to do your own video with the Harry Potter tag, the questions are in the description, as I said. If you want to just comment them below, I would love to read your answers. The book club is coming back on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, November 6th. So guys, make sure you read chapter 1 by then of Prisoner of Azkaban. We will discuss it, we'll talk about it, we will have fun, because we're back with the book club. Alright, you guys. Actually, just a couple more announcements that I want to make about the book club season 3 before we move forward. First announcement is I'm not going to do recaps in the video anymore. I think it takes a little too long. It takes up too much of my editing time. It takes just as much time to do the titles for the recaps as it does to edit the entire rest of the video. So it just takes up too much of my time. So recaps will now be written in the description of each video, so that if you need a recap of the chapter, you can go ahead and pause the video and then read it below and then come back. Second thing, I'm still developing this idea, so I don't know if it's going to pan out or not, but I think during the week after book club videos and not after every book club video, I'm going to do some kind of live stream where you guys can come hang out with me, chat with me, ask me questions about the previous video of that week. I'll talk to you about my process in developing the script that week and other ideas that I have surrounding all that stuff, and you guys can ask me questions. As you can tell, it's not a very fully formed idea yet, so you guys can toss suggestions at me for what you think would make that interesting for you. But yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And please share this with everyone you know. Check out my Patreon and my merch in the description. And I will see you guys when we kick the book club off on Tuesday. Bye!